Florida, it's full of flavor. Florida got flavor, you know what I'm saying? Like, even if you take like an artist from here and then like compared to like an artist in Duval, compared to an artist in Miami, like everybody got like striking similarities, but the difference is gonna be just as noticeable as the similarities is. The lingo, the attitudes, like, well, I think all of us embody that Florida boy attitude. Yo, what's poppin'? Y'all already know what the fuck going on, man. This Dee Boi, y'all already know. Y'all tuned in to AHumbleSoul, man. Stay down, stay tuned in. Let's get it. 100.
AHumbleSoul, man. We checking back in. Live from Orlando. We got Dee Boi in front of the camera, man.
Yes, sir. What's poppin'?
Orlando rap living legend. You know, a product of the west side of Orlando. The viewers don't know, we actually chopped it up the last time I was down here, man, but it was a malfunction with the memory card. So we're going to make it happen again, you know.
For sure.
But just taking it from the top, man. A product of the west side.
Oh, yeah. Big west side.
Orlando. Just talking about coming from Florida, you know. I mentioned to you off camera that I had an opportunity to check out your Flood the Block project, and it's a song on there called Florida. It's like a spinoff of Field Mob's Georgia.
Field Mob and Ludacris.
Yeah, just talking about, man, like just having that passion and pride from being from Florida, man, just coming from the bottom of the map. Like, what does coming from Florida mean to you, dog?
Well, first and foremost, like, one thing you kind of like understand, like when you coming from Florida and just being in Florida, moving around Florida. Florida is a special place. You know what I'm saying? Florida is just, to me, Florida not a state. Florida an island. Florida is an island. And the reason why I say that is because I done been around the country, you know what I'm saying, a few times, been to a lot of states. I ain't been to every state, but I've been to a lot of them. Then hit a few states and shit, and I see like one thing about Florida, it's multiple cities in Florida with motion. I don't know if that's still a thing, motion, you know what I'm saying, but it's multiple cities that's lit, you know what I'm saying. Some might be more turned up than others, but it's several cities in Florida that's lit. You got Orlando, you got Tampa, you got Jacksonville, you got Tallahassee, you got Miami, you got Lauderdale, Pompano, you got motherfucking West Palm, you got Daytona, you got motherfucking, you know what I'm saying? It's just so many spots, 4 miles, a lot of motherfucking spots, you know what I'm saying, inside of Florida that's just popping, you know what I'm saying? And they on right, for sure. Some hit harder than others, but all on popping. It's a lot of spots. So that's what give me that notion, like, damn, Florida really an island. You know what I'm saying? Florida is really an island. We already a peninsula surrounded by water on 3 sides. So Florida really an island, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's just something that you get. I can't really explain it, bro. It's that attitude, it's the bravado, it's the all that shit fall inside. You know what I'm saying? So of course, like, Florida the shit, Florida.
Do you remember recording that song?
Hell yeah.
Like, what was that session like?
Take it back to that session. I was at Fed Up Studio. My niggas Fed Up. They was independent, independent rap label. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Fed Up, Big Head, Black Mike, Pig Murder, J Ball, AJ Platinum. AJ Platinum, he actually the producer. He don't rap on that. He was making their beats. He ended up making beats for G's in them, Blood Raw in them. Like he ended up taking off doing this shit. Shout out them boys, ready. I end up getting up with them through my nigga AK. You know what I'm saying? AK ended up passing away. He introduced me to Big Head. He was the first studio that we had actually went to, that I ever went to. My first session was cool. Second session, on the way to the second session, AK got killed. So the speed it up, because it's kind of like a long story. But I ended up running into Big Head at the funeral. And I see Big Head, he like, damn, you ain't been back in the studio? I'm like, shit, hell no, I ain't been recording. He's like, well, shit, bro, you know, you can still pull up, come with it, come with us. You know what I'm saying? At the studio, bro, you can still record. Which was some real nigga shit, because he wasn't even charging me nothing. You know, now one of them boys wasn't charging me shit. But
that's 100, man.
And the next time I went to that studio, I met the colleagues. KP, my nigga Hollywood, KP, that's my brother. Shout out KP. And he heard some of my music. I guess Head was telling him about me and let him hear some of the shit I had did. And he was making beats at the time. And he just came up, and next thing you know, it was just a Snoop and Dre situation. And I always had ideas. You know what I'm saying? So Field Mob and Ludacris shit was going crazy. That Georgia shit was popping. But I'm like, shit, I'm waiting on somebody else to make the Florida win. You know what I'm saying? Bitch ain't make it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, all right, I guess it was meant for me to do that. So I gave him the idea. We end up sitting down, whipping the beat up. I recorded that bitch. One take, Jake all the way through. One takes, quick. And the rest was history. You know what I'm saying? I gave that bitch to KP. KP, oh yeah, we a team. From that moment on, that's how Groundhog Records was born.
Yeah.
Yeah, Groundhog Records was born. That was the first song, and a nigga put that shit out, and instantly, it just went up, bro. I was a kid, bro. I was really a kid.
Like, how old were you?
Probably like 16 or some shit like that, bro. 17, 16.
And you had the vision back then, like, creatively, like, to put a, because it ain't the same exact beat or nothing like that.
It's not. We kind of took inserts, you know what I'm saying, from it, or whatever, just so people can see the similarities in that shit. But for the most part, we put our own little flavor on that shit, you know?
Yeah, that's one of my favorite songs off that project that I heard. I just came across when I was doing my research after we chopped it up the first time, like that one. Then you got at the end of you shout out like all the different, you know what I'm saying, cities in Florida. A lot of them I had never heard prior to listening to that
Dade
song.
City, you know? Brooksville. I got family down there, a whole bunch of family.
Lesser known cities, you know, you hear about the Miamis and Tampas and Jacksonville and stuff like that. It's so many small little
little towns, but they popping though. It's a whole bunch of little towns and little cities in Florida, country cities and shit in Florida that's popping. You know what I'm saying? Polk County, like it's a bunch of them. So that's why I say that's what go back to that attitude and that bravado, that Florida bravado, because it's like everywhere was popping. Yeah. Everywhere, you know what I'm saying? So hell yeah.
Like what Florida's, you saying it's like an island. Florida's an island, but if you travel to like a Tallahassee or to a Miami or a Broward County or something like that, can you tell the difference?
Hell yeah.
Is that so? It's noticeable still.
Hell yeah.
So like, what would distinguish somebody in Orlando from somebody in like a Duval? I mean, hold on, where is Duval?
Duval, that's Jacksonville.
Jacksonville, yeah, something Duval, like that, for example, or like Pompano Beach or something like that. Like, what's the difference?
Okay, Orlando is like, okay, Florida split up in like threes, right? You got North Florida, that's Tallahassee. Duval, that's Jacksonville. You got Pensacola, all that shit. That's North Florida. That shit can kind of get down to like Gainesville. Like Gainesville, I think it start like North Florida to me. Either Gainesville, I say Gainesville. Then you got like Ocala. Ocala down to like maybe D-Land, Daytona-ish, all that shit. Central Florida, that's your Orlando. That's your Tampa, that's your, you know what I'm saying? Polk County, that's your Cocoa and all that shit. Then up under that, like going down the turnpike, once you go to here, like up under Kissimmee, Yeehaw Junction and all that shit, you get down going into Martin County. That's you approaching motherfucking South Florida, Fort Pierce. To me, they like in between Central and South Florida. But it's still, to me, I consider it kind of like South Florida. But noticeably, the West Palm Beach on down, that's South Florida. But if you go from, just say you ride from Miami all the way to Tallahassee, you're going to see the landscape will change. You know what I'm saying? Like when you get North Florida, a lot of wood, it's big woods, and the shit look like a real rural area, like real country and shit. You feel what I'm saying? You go getting down like to the Central Florida, shit got a little more development. You got big buildings and all this other shit. Then when you go making your way into South Florida, palm trees is more tropical. South Florida is tropical. North Florida, oak trees and shit. South Florida, palm trees. You know what I'm saying? That shit, it give you a real tropical vibe. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people from, like, you got a lot of Haitians, you got Cubans, you got Jamaicans, you got Colombians, you got all that shit. Like all that shit right there in Florida. Yeah, South Florida specifically for sure. But just looking around, you can see the landscape will change when you move. You know what I'm saying? If you just took a car ride from the bottom all the way to the top, you'll see like, damn, like every few hours, like shit will change as far as like the landscape, your environment, your surroundings. So yeah, like it's you know, just some shit you kind of like pick up. Just I'm a road runner, so I see shit a lot. You know what I'm saying?
No, and so that's as far as like, I guess, like the makeup of it, the atmosphere. But I was more so referring to like the people.
Besides the lingo, for one, the lingo different. Like everybody kind of like got their own little lingo and shit. You know what I'm saying? Florida, it's full of flavor. Florida got flavor, you know what I'm saying? Like, even if you take like an artist from here and then like compared to like an artist in Duval, compared to an artist in Miami, like everybody got like striking similarities, but the difference is gonna be just as noticeable as the similarities is. The lingo, the attitudes, like, well, I think all of us embody that Florida boy attitude. You know, everybody kind of like, everybody got their own identity. Still, all us shit that same Florida boy attitude and bravado, but the identities is like different. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, taking a step back too, you describe like Southern Florida and Northern Florida. Is Central Florida like a combination of both?
So to speak, you can say that. We read in the middle, but Central Florida, we always had our own, you know, lingo. We always had our own style. We always had our own sauce. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't, like, it's pretty much like we all influence each other. Whatever hot, where we from, you know what I'm saying? Eventually it'll bleed off into where they at, you know what I'm saying? And vice versa. They come through here, they bringing sauce. We go through there, we bringing sauce. So it's just a big old melting pot. But definitely everybody got their own identity. You know what I'm saying? We talk different. You know what I'm saying? We walk different. We act different. You know what I'm saying? But for the most part, it's still just Florida. That's why it's so much popping down here. That's why I say it's more so of an island to me than a state. You know what I'm saying? Florida, an island. For real, they can separate us from the rest of the country. We'll be straight. Probably ain't. We can keep access to Georgia. But we know niggas from Atlanta and shit too. GA too. But shit, we'll be straight. Like, you know what I'm saying? Florida, it's some niggas in Florida where niggas just live from Orlando, Miami, Tallahassee, Jacksonville, and that's it. They don't give a fuck about going nowhere else.
I was gonna ask you, you know,
Straight
like
up.
if you talk about from a music perspective, like rappers in, for example, Texas, they say they can just make a living off touring throughout Texas. You know, artists in Florida just go up from just touring all around different parts of Florida, like making people like that survive.
Plies did it.
Plies, he world renowned.
Yeah, but Florida paid him.
He came up from
What?
Just, okay.
Plies killed Plies, Mr. Florida.
Yeah.
Plies killed Florida. Like, I ain't never seen it happen before. And this me giving dog his flowers. The crazy part about it, me and Plies got a good relationship. We had a good relationship. I ain't holler at him in a minute, but when he came through the city and shot that Shouty video, that was on my watch, my G-Pass, like, cause he shot it in my hood.
Talk about that, bro.
Yeah, that shit, shout out my nigga Sugar D. Sugar D, that's Plies DJ, home base DJ, Sugar D, Herm T. They from the city and shit. Mind you, I told you when I got into the music down here in the city, like, I was a youngin'. So I just remember, all I knew is I'm gonna make good relationships with everybody. Sugar D, Herm T, that's home base DJs. Like, I fought with them the long way, all the DJs. But just so happens Sugar D end up being Plies DJ. Me and Sugar D always had a good relationship. I don't know how Plies got on my music, but it's a song on that I produced on Flood the Block called Keep Scoping.
Produced.
Yeah. Yeah, I made the beat. Yeah. I produced that on Keep. I told you, I've always been musically inclined, my nigga. Like, I hear ideas, you know what I'm saying? I know that's what a nigga calling was. And it still is. It's the music. But I end up, Plies got a song called Take Off. When he first came out, that 36 ounces, that shit was hard as shit out when he dropped. Plies got rich off Florida. Plies got rich off Central Florida alone. Every corner in Florida, Plies done picked the bag up from this shit. Mind you not, I'm entering the game as a shorty. He coming through, he tearing shit up. I'm putting my shit out, my shit going up. But for Plies tearing shit up, 36 ounces, never forget, nigga. I remember we at Firestone, I was a jit. I don't even think I was old enough to be in that motherfucker. Plies was outside. He had a show with Webby, passing the CDs out. And some niggas was grabbing them, some niggas win. You know what I'm saying? But I bullshit you not. That was Sunday night, Super Sunday night. The next day, Monday, they had the bootlegger tearing this bitch down. They want them 36 ounces that Plies was handing out for free to niggas. Some niggas ain't want to take it, and all it took was a nigga back then, the bleak game. Boy, I'm talking about my nigga this shit, ooh, because we was hearing it. Man, Plies came through and tore this shit up. And from that moment on, that's when he became, like, to me, like, in my eyes, Mr. Florida, because I don't even think he left Florida right away. He probably got tired of just beating the road down so much and like shit, everybody just started hitting him from everywhere else because he just kept getting bigger and bigger, he kept growing. But man, as far as a nigga that can tour like that, I ain't believe it. I ain't saying that it wasn't possible, but sometimes you gotta see it in order to really fully grasp that concept. You see, you did what I'm saying? Plies did it.
And you said so going back to the video though.
Oh, yo, back to the video. My bad. I kind of lost.
No, I'm just saying. And I want to, man, to veer off for a second. Is it true that Plies popularized the word goon, or made that? Because you know he used to be the mad
with the mask and
back
shit.
then. You know, it's people wearing it now.
He embraced it.
He definitely embraced it. For shit show. Cause you gotta think, Plies was Mr. Florida at that point. You know what I'm saying? So niggas was on what he was on. You know what I'm saying? Like. And Plies had flavor, you know what I'm saying? Plies had style. Plies the type of nigga, like, back then, like, Plies would embrace you. He see you, I know how it was. I'm just gonna speak from my experiences, you feel me? I done got booked at a show we at club, I think it was Club 321, was that shit in Coco? Me and KP, shout out to Coco. We in Coco at Club 321, I believe it was. I was legit, bro, I never forget. I'm standing like, I say it was kind of like a door, like on the side of the stage. It was just like a door. I'm standing in that bitch, you know what I'm saying? And motherfucking, you know, I'm thinking like a janitor closet or some shit. You know, they playing the music. I'm chilling. I ain't even old enough to be in here. You know what I'm saying? I just, you know, I see light. Somebody done open the door behind me. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking it might be a janitor or something. I'm finna get out the way. But before I do, somebody hit me with one of them. Turn around, it's Plies. I'm talking about, what's up, little bro? He gonna embrace you. Like the real nigga shit. Dap a nigga up and all, hug your neck and all. Like, this how it was. Like, what's up, little bro? What's up? You all right? I'm like, shit, hell yeah, just cool. And he standing up, that bitch Plies short. Nigga had 10 pounds of jewelry on around his neck. You know what I'm saying? And he, shit, hell yeah, you went on? Like, hell yeah, I went on. All right, shit, I'm finna rock this. Stay put, don't go nowhere. Check me out. I'm like, shit, for shit show, he got up there and did his thing. You know what I'm saying? So that kind of like blossomed a relationship. I don't know if he got on me through like Sugar D or whatnot, but I had a song on Flood the Block, Keep Scoping, where I sampled a line on his breakout shit, his street hit called Takeoff. I got a message for the Giant boys, keep scoping. Until you rob me, pussy nigga, you just hoping. I clipped that and turned that into a hook. And he would tell me like, man, that shit was hard. Like even back then. So at that point, we hadn't developed a relationship. So at this point, I say it's probably like I see him at TJ, DJs, same shit. Lil' bro, what's up? Like, he ain't no Hollywood shit. You know what I'm saying?
That's 100.
And he embodied that Florida boy attitude. He really took that shit and put it on display in front of the world. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. And niggas fuck with him. Street niggas, the hoes, the college boys, everybody was fucking with him and shit.
Yeah.
So to catch up back to the video shit, the video part, Sugar D hit me and was like, yo, Dee Boi, what's up, LeBron? What poppin'? I'm like, shit, hey. He like, bro, wanna shoot a video in the O. You know what I'm saying? We gonna shoot a video, bro. I told him, shoot it at Mercy Drive. I'm finna put you with the director, Edwin DeCina. I was telling him to shoot it at Mercy Drive. That's where Lil Glock 9 from, G9. He from the Palms.
Shout out to him, man.
But I'm like, man, nigga, is you crazy? Like, you finna get this shit. This shit ain't, man, hold on. Tell Holmes to hit me. So he hit me that night. Yo, what's up? Blah, blah, blah. Hey, man, can you meet me downtown? We had, I forgot the name of the club. They doing like a casting for the girls. So I go to that bitch. I'm like, yo, I go downtown, go to the club and shit. Plies in there again. He in that bitch cooling. Holler at me, embrace me. Yo, what's up? You know what I'm saying? Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, y'all just hollering at Edwin. He was like, okay, then for sure. Blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? I see you doing this shit or whatever. I'm like, shit, just get up with me. Oh, yeah, I got you, little bro. Ooh. He go back to the casting. And it's chilling. I get with the director. He like, we get in the car the next day. He just pulling up in every hood he can think of. So I'm like, hey, hold on, brother. Stop you right here. Like, you ain't from here. I'm from here. You gonna get your ass shot doing that. You know what I'm saying? Cause you pulling up foreign, like niggas don't know you, and he pulling up in the zone. I can see like we pulling up in the hood. Well, yeah, this the hood, but this like the quiet strip. You know what I'm saying? It go down all over this bitch. But this ain't what the action happening there. He pulling up with the action happening there. Niggas looking at the car crazy and shit. Like, man, what the fuck is you doing? I had to jump out. Hey, hold on, bro. You know what I'm saying? Hey, listen, this is a director. Don't sweat him, bro. I got this. I had to let him sit him down. Let him know, like, bro, listen. You can't just be pulling up no in and everybody hood. This was what's finna happen. You tell me what the look that you going for, and I'm gonna deliver that for you. Okay, then bet, say less. So now we collaborating on this. You know what I'm saying? He told me I want something like with this aesthetic. I want something like hood, like the ghetto, the projects, this, that, and the third. Okay, bet, say less. So I took him to my hood, across town. Well, one of my hoods, you know what I'm saying? I took him across town. We shot on Collier Street. I'm showing him this, that, and the third because of the way the buildings are set up. It's like projects. He might be a 4-unit little project, but it's 12 of these bitches on the whole street. 1, 2, 3, 4. This one little block. Then next 1, 2, 3, 4. You know what I'm saying? So on and so forth. So when he's seeing this shit, he like, oh hell yeah, this perfect. That's even better. You know what I'm saying? And plus all the niggas that's occupying this space, these my niggas. I know them. You know what I'm saying? I let a few niggas around my niggas up. Hey, look, check this out, bro. Hey, I got this director Ed on the scene of my nigga. Plies want to shoot a video in the city. I told him, shit, let's shoot the bitch in the hood, but I'm gonna bring it over here, cause mind you not, these niggas still getting money over here. You ain't finna just pull up in front of no nigga trap talking about you finna shut this bitch down for 8 hours just cause you got a permit, and nigga run your ass from over here and don't care nothing about no video. So I was more strategic about where I sat the video at, because I know, yeah, this still the hood, but this ain't nobody money hole. You know what I'm saying? Just me being a G and me being street smart. I'm gonna give you the hood, but you ain't finna stop no another nigga bankroll in the process. So okay then, bet. He seen it, he fell in love with it instantly. Okay, we got it. The next day, it was up. T-Pain, Lil Duval, that was just at that scene. Jenny B was right around the corner. Rich Boy was there. Everybody was there. Like, that shit was lit. I think DJ Q45. It was a whole bunch of people and shit that was there. I think Q45, he from Jacksonville. They had the shit set up with the rope, like the line shit, don't cross the line type shit or whatever. But I'm over there with the director and shit. They setting up. I even put a couple of my niggas in the videos. You know what I'm saying? My nigga DGCU in there, that's my brother, he in there. My nigga Muscle in that, God rest his soul. My nigga J Money in that. They shooting dice when Plies walking into the shit. I put them there. You know what I'm saying? Them my niggas. Like, and then like just on the opposite side of the camera, the whole hood out these. It's 1,000 motherfuckers out here, kids, women, blah blah blah. So I'm over here with the folks, just chilling. Plies push up that bitch. He had an orange Hummer. Never forget, a burnt orange Hummer, like on some 30s or some shit like that. A shunts. I said shunts on that motherfucker. He pulled that bitch up. He jump out, ain't on no Hollywood shit. He walk over there, holler at the crowd and all. Just so happened I'm over here with the crowd. He see me. Look, bro, what's up? Again, in front of the whole hood. Look, bro, what up? Patch up with a nigga, and then we walk, going back across the street. You know what I'm saying? Just chopping it up, talking this shit. He introduced me to like Rich Boy, a couple of niggas and shit like that. But yeah, that was really like on my face with that video, with that shot video.
So if that would have went left, they would have been looking at you.
I mean, I can understand if they would have, but see the thing about that, like my at that point, even before me really growing into like more so like what I am today, like my roots was so strong that the niggas who would have got offended, that if I would have had to worry about anything, like yeah, it's finna be some shit, like all right, we gotta strap our boots on, they with me. So who finna go against that? You know what I'm saying? Like shit, I'm down with the superiors. You know what I'm saying? Niggas who run this little section. I f with them, they f with me. They hell yeah, bring it on, little bro. You know what I'm saying? Hell yeah, come on through. Like shit, they got the permits, this shit roped off. The police can't come through here. So niggas can get money however they want to get money indiscriminately. They ain't got to worry about it. Cause they ride through here, scoping this shit out. They got permits. You can't even come through here.
No, for sure.
See what I'm saying? So shit, it wouldn't have went left. Like I don't see how it could have went left. If it would have went left, it probably would have been left between the people that was like the onlookers. Yeah. But it wouldn't have been like, cause at that point, like everybody was fucking with
no, that's what I was going. Only reason I threw that out there because it kind of speaks to, I guess, the respect they have for you. And just that reputation.
Yeah, and not only that, it's the respect that I got for them as well. Right, you know what I'm saying? It's a mutual respect.
You ain't on no Hollywood stuff either.
Hell nah, it's some niggas like I could be around some niggas. I'm this type of nigga. It's certain niggas I could be somewhere. If my nigga somewhere, somebody I fuck with like that, and I got that mutual respect, and he just so happened to be going somewhere walking, and I see him, I'm finna speak to him. I ain't no Hollywood ass nigga. I'm finna sit back and wait on the nigga. I don't kick it like that. I'm a real nigga. I'm a real G. You know what I'm saying? I see my nigga on the way, I'ma call it, hey, yo, I'ma call him out. Nigga gonna see you, nigga smile, what up, bro? That's just what real niggas do, you feel what I'm saying? It ain't nothing Hollywood about that, you know what I'm saying? It ain't like, oh, I'm just the biggest, baddest, motherfucking bad, this, that, and the third. But at the same time, they know that we cut from similar cloth. We cut from that same cloth. A wolf will respect a wolf. You know what I'm saying? Shark respect a shark. A gator respect a gator. A silverback gorilla respect a silverback gorilla. You know what I'm saying? And it just was a mutual respect. So it went like, okay, then Dee Boi, ooh, he say this, so everything go. Nah, it's because Dee Boi say we fucking with it, and it's our nigga, so it's up. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
It was most on some shit like that.
Man, salute to Plies. I know he's not on the level. I don't even think he's trying to be on that level like back then. Then it's a new day and age with the music. You know how things change. But what you say, he was like the Boosie of Florida back then? You know how Boosie is in Louisiana?
Boosie was the Boosie. And Plies was the Plies.
You can't compare them.
You can't. I mean, you can because they got, you know what I'm saying, as far as like song content and all that shit, it just was just two young stars. Two stars, you know what I'm saying, in their own right.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, I don't think I would want to rob neither one of them of their accolades and their accomplishments by comparing them to each other, because both of them had they had that similar effect. They had a stranglehold on this shit, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like, yeah, Plies was the Plies and Boosie was the Boosie. And the crazy part, I with Boosie too.
You got a Boosie story?
Hell yeah, I got a Boosie story. I met Boosie, Ozone Weekend. They had Ozone Magazine 2006, Julia Beverly. Yeah. Bro, I'm telling you, I was legit, but I always been in tune with the music. Bro, I seen Boosie and Webby. Boosie and Webby had dropped that Gangsta Stories, I think it was.
Ah, classic.
Bro, they boosting them. They had the streets choked the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't but a handful of artists they had, because Orlando, especially like Central Florida, they picky when it come to music. But they love gangster shit too, you know what I'm saying? And Duval like that too. They love super gangster shit. It's gangster shit in Duval. That's how they cut. You know what I'm saying? But Orlando took to Boosie and Webby heavy. As soon as I heard it, he had like a squeaky voice and shit. Like, but you listen to what he's saying, we giving it. And I was with KP. We was at the Ozone Awards. We actually ran into Boosie and Webby. I think he had a manager named Rambo or something at that time. Bro, like, man, how much hey Boosie, what's up? So we hollering. The nigga ain't getting out the car, getting his bill right, getting his change and shit right, walking into the building and shit, whatever. What's up, bro? Starting to holler at a nigga and all. Like, he ain't no Hollywood ass nigga. By a long shot, he ain't on that no Hollywood shit. You know what I'm saying? He even told us a player price like for a feature. He wanted like $3,000 at the time. Like, shit, bro, you on the come up, shit, nigga do it for $2,500 type shit. You know what I'm saying? Needless to say, we ain't never get it, but shit,
I ain't bite on
hey, we fucked it with him. You know what I'm saying? And I ended up running into him again after that, and he remembered that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, hell yeah, nigga, fuck with Boosie.
Man, shout out to Boosie.
Boosie
taking a step back,
too.
you mentioned that you sampled Plies on your song "Keep Scoping."
Yeah.
In that song, you talk about like a time you took a loss, I guess, in so many words. You know, when it comes to street oriented like rappers, man, they like to glorify or highlight, you know, the wins, but you touch on a situation where I guess you got robbed.
Yo, when I was legit, I was a young nigga, man. I was like 16. I was with a nigga who, you know, me and the nigga hadn't got down at school and shit on some cool shit. This was my partner, at least I thought it was. At that time, you know, I had a car. I was finna get ready to go buy another car. The nigga daddy had a car lot of some auction license or whatever. So I'm finna go buy another car. Mind you not, I don't even think the nigga had a car. I'm finna go buy a second whip. You know what I'm saying? 16, bro, never forget. Nigga hit me on some, bro. Hey, bro, you feel like running me to the liquor store? But this my man's. I'm like, shit, I ain't tripping. You know what I'm saying? Go scoot the nigga up. We go to the liquor store. Long story short, he jump out the car going that. Mind you not, we ain't old enough to be up here. I don't know what the fuck he was finna buy, but it ain't registered to me until like after the fact. I just see a nigga like with his back turned to my passenger door, but it's like he talking to the people in the car over there, whatever type shit. Nigga jumped in that bitch, shirt wrapped around his face. Looked like a little 38 or something. Had like $3,000 in my pocket. You know what I'm saying? Nigga run my shit. Whatever. Whatever. You know what I'm saying? He got ghosts. Nigga come out the store, putting on the Academy Award act. Like you finna run after this nigga. I'm telling the nigga, man, get in the car. You know what I'm saying? Let's ride. So I called my little dog, my nigga Chaz. He was from Brooklyn. He stayed where I was, like where we was going back to. I hit my nigga Chad. I'm like, man, some nigga just jumped in my car and robbed me, bro. Chad like, what? He like, yeah. I'm like, yeah. He like, man, pull up. So I swung up. Chaz, short nigga, used to have the bandanas. You can tell this nigga, he wasn't part of Dipset or one of them shit. I'm talking about my nigga had the motherfucking Range Rover, like 17 years old, had a Range Rover. We jumped right in the range. I jumped right in the Range Rover. Bro got the 223 on the back seat. Like, we finna go duck hunting. The nigga who was with me, mind you not, he jumped in the car too. You know what I'm saying? So the whole time, like, the nigga in the back seat, bro tell me where to go. So we going down, we bleeding every street. 22nd, 23rd, 24th, 25th. Like, we swinging this bitch. Ain't nobody outside. You know what I'm saying? Mind you not, we young niggas at that, but I still, you know what I'm saying? We on it. They got me fucked up. I need my money. I'm finna get my money. You know what I'm saying? I got that motherfucking woo. You know what I'm saying? So, needless to say, we ain't catch nobody, but I see my nigga, he doing this. Catching that review in the back seat. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, bro, these niggas ain't out here. Fuck that, man. Take me back to my shit. So we go drop this nigga off. He like, bro, what's up with that nigga? You know what I'm saying? You don't think that nigga had woo? I'm like, I don't know. Woo. You know what I'm saying? Vividly remember that shit. Charge it to the game, whatever. Jump back in my shit. All right. Start back from scratch. Gotta run some more cheese up. Go get me another whip. Needless to say, I end up still getting another car. You know what I'm saying? That shit ain't stopped, man. A jit at that. You know what I'm saying? Moving like that or whatever. But that shit just kind of like, I put that into form because I just felt like you say, a lot of niggas rap about the wins. The losses don't really make their way out but if you think about it, you know what I'm saying? If I'm being transparent with my audience, shit, I'll lace you up. You know what I'm saying? Needless to say, I ain't never get robbed again. Never got robbed again, ever. You know what I'm saying? That ain't, you know what I'm saying? That shit ain't happen. That shit turned the monster up in a nigga. Cause I wasn't fucking with that feeling, so it gave me an edge that just wouldn't go away. So
I wonder what caused your homeboys' antennas to go up when he was driving.
Streetwise. Just being streetwise. You know what I'm saying? So he like, man, so the nigga ain't what the nigga pretty much what the nigga got from him. And so my man ain't getting that, you ain't getting that, nigga only hit my man's type shit, like, all right. You know what I'm saying? So, bro, like, yeah, we gonna drop this nigga off home. We dropped him off. Yeah, what's up with that nigga, B? You know what I'm saying? we jits. What's up with that nigga, B? You know what I'm saying? You think that nigga had something to do with that shit? I'm like, bro, I can't even tell you. You know what I'm saying? He on some, call the nigga back outside type shit. I'm like, man, fuck that. Take me to my car. Oh, yeah, them tables turn. Them bitches turn.
Oh, what happened? Oh, something.
Man. It's classic weekend. I'm with this nigga. My nigga, baby boy was supposed to be here.
Oh, you ain't even introduce him, man.
Oh, yeah, this Mojo, man. My bad. I ain't introduced my brother, blood brother, same mama, same daddy. This black face, this Mojo right here. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, this him. You know what I'm saying? So, motherfucker, look. It's classic weekend. We outside. You know what I'm saying? Hat down. You know what I'm saying? Swinging corners with this motherfucking Range Rover. We get some miles on this joint. We all in every hood, everything, cause face card good. We can go everywhere, and we fuck with everybody from all over the city. All them type of dudes all around. We fuck with us. You know what I'm saying? We fuck with them. They fuck with us. So we just swinging corners. I end up going back to the same liquor store and shit, and the same liquor store where I got robbed at. Oasis. Never forget. Swinging that bitch, cause now this the hangout. Everybody, niggas got their whips out here. You know what I'm saying? One of my partners, Brick was there. He pulled up, he had just put some 28s on his dome. He got the dunk on 8, he back then. We swinging that bitch, I'm hollering at Brick. This is my mans, so we just up here chilling. I scanned the lot, you know what I'm saying? We up here, we out here. See a few niggas from that area that I know. A little older than us. What up? Hey, what's up, my nigga? I go hollering at niggas and shit, and I see a familiar face, like peripheral just jumping. I see this nigga, you know what I'm saying? I kind of I zeroed in on his ass, because at this point, by that time, I didn't know who had and did whatever to me. But when I went to prison, I got a partner, my nigga Plies, man. Shout out my nigga Plies. Plies, we was in prison together, and he had an immigration hold. he ended up getting deported back to Haiti. You know what I'm saying? I ended up going up the road. He did his time and they deported him to Haiti and shit. But when I was in there, he told me. Cause all of us went to elementary school and shit together. He was like, yeah, bro, I ain't like that pussy ass shit. You know who did that shit? I'm like, nah, I don't know who did it. He like, man, that was such and such. Did that shit. I'm like, what? You know what I'm saying? He like, yeah, bro. So I'm like, all right, bet. We end up, long story short, fast forward. Now it's like years later. Ran into the nigga and shit. He pulled me to the side on some. I guess he trying to check my temperature, but I'm gauging him, checking him out. Life kicking his ass. You know what I'm saying at this point, but at the same time, fuck that. It's my turn. Life been kicking your ass enough. It's my turn to kick some ass tonight. So he pulled me to the side, say some shit, bro. You need whatever, man. I'm like, man, fuck all that. Somebody told me that you robbed me, nigga. Right here in this parking lot, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Scooby-Doo come out of a nigga ass then, I'm like, man, before I know it, I just flashed. And it would have been a real bad situation. That shit would have been like real bad. Nigga had to tap me like, hey, boy, you live, boy. I'm talking about real live. I'm like, turn it down, boy. You loud, boy. That ain't gonna be good. So then, my better mind kicked in like, damn, yeah, you right. You know what I'm saying? And got right, you know what I'm saying? And kind of just pushed off. But just seeing that fear that you instill in the nigga, you see his eyes. When you know a nigga that fucked up, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, now it's my turn to get my lick back. I don't give a fuck how long it's been. Like, ain't no better feeling in the world when a nigga when a nigga done wronged you some kind of way. When you ain't did nothing to a nigga done wronged you, and finally, one day he just fall right in your motherfucking hand. And now he at your mercy. You know what I'm saying? That's how it was for me. And I imagine that shit to be like that with any nigga in the streets. You know what I'm saying? You finally got a chance to get your lick back with a nigga and you see that hole in his eyes, you see that bitch in his eyes, you see that fear in his eyes, you know what I'm saying? That just was satisfactory to me because I know I could have ran his pockets, but I wasn't gonna get shit. My pockets was swole that night, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't gonna get nothing, but I don't give a fuck if you had $5 in the bus pass. I should have took that, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I'm like, well, it is what it is, like, let the nigga move, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. Jumped in our shit and we skirted off.
Range Rover.
Yeah. That's what we was in. That's what we was in that night. I was in the Range, black Range Rover.
And the dude picked you up in the Range Rover after it happened.
Crazy as it sound, right?
So what happened to the dude who was linked to it?
I don't know.
So you just lost contact with him?
I ain't seen him since. Yeah, who knows? Like,
not the one you saw at the liquor store. The one who you think set you up. Oh, that's what you talking about.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I don't know. Who knows? Like, who knows? That shit was a long time ago though. But
for sure. But you cut ties with him. Though.
Yeah, hell yeah. But that situation was like kind of like the inspiration to that, the Keep Scoping song. Not to get off track, but that's how I came up with that song.
Nah, for sure, for sure. And just one more I want to ask you about off that project is I think it's called Missing You.
Yeah.
And you talk about the dude KP who you done mentioned multiple times. I got it correct, right?
KP, yeah. And, I produced that too. As well as
your father.
Yeah, we produced that joint too. Nah, I talked about AK.
No, AK. That's what I was thinking. Like the KP or AK. Yeah,
AK. That's my man. AK. God rest his soul. That's who introduced me to the studio.
My bad.
First time I ever went to a studio was through him.
Yeah, AK.
We both shared that passion for music. You know what I'm saying? See, but me, I was more chill. Hustle, get a little money. Chill. AK was hot, you know what I'm saying? AK was hot. He was a hot boy. He was in the field with his, you know what I'm saying? Like, he was really, like, off the porch going live,
Oh, he was a shooter?
Yeah. He'll get on that quick, you know what I'm saying? But I was, like, more subtle. But crazy as it sound, like, he ended up meeting his demise in the projects where we grew up at as kids. You know what I'm saying? AK died in the project, Crossroads. But I don't even think it was for him. It just was some shit that was going on. I don't know if it was with his a family member, a friend, or some shit like that. But that wasn't for him. But it just happened like that. Yeah, my nigga was what, like 17 at the time, 18.
Man, asking this respectfully, do you think when occurrences like that happen, it can be karma?
I can't say because I went with him like every hour of the day, but me knowing him, I don't give a fuck like what he was into. I don't judge a man like by his actions so much. If he ain't doing nothing that ain't no heavy ass abomination, certain shit a nigga can't do that. It's only so many acts that you can do that just can be like unforgivable. You feel what I'm saying? To where niggas like won't understand like you can't wash your hands with that, from that. You know what I'm saying? But me knowing him, I judge a nigga off his character and his heart. You know what I'm saying? Because I got friends that's just, I fuck with good niggas. I fuck with bad niggas too. I fuck with the good niggas, they real good. The bad niggas, they real bad. But at the same time, the heart is what's, you can't fake that. You know what I'm saying? The heart gonna always be pure. If you got a pure heart, you transparent, my nigga, that's what draw me to you. Your walk of life, whatever you into, that ain't got nothing to do with me, G. You know what I'm saying? But as far as like your heart, the shit that you can't hide that, cause it's gonna show. Me knowing his heart and judging my nigga off his heart, I don't think it was no crime. It just was a situation that just unfortunately unfolded, and he just so happened to get caught up in it, and he was a casualty to it.
Wrong place, wrong time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just asking you somebody. He was a shooter.
Yeah, but he wasn't just, niggas, he just, niggas, like, okay, certain niggas, you can't go fuck with this nigga and not know that it ain't finna be no get back.
Repercussions.
You know it's finna be some, you know what I'm saying? He was like one of them.
For sure.
But a good dude, nonetheless. Yeah. Good brother, man.
Man, yeah, shout out to him, man.
Good brother.
And the other person you mentioned on there is your father.
My dad, yeah.
And you pretty much highlight, like, he instilled that hustle into you. I don't know if it was like actually because he passed away when you was 10, I believe.
Yep.
So he was a youngster, but I guess just through the genes, you took over. But talk about like how was that? Was that an emotional experience for you?
Hell yeah, and I think that's why I always got a soft spots for like the youngins that lose their dads at an early age. You know what I'm saying? I could damn near be the poster boy for that shit, or advocate for that, because like you never know how important somebody is. You know what I'm saying? Especially a father figure. You know what I'm saying? It's only so much your mama can do. You know what I'm saying? When she got boys, it's only so much moms can do. So it's just like having to live through that every day. You know what I'm saying? Because the safety net gone, the safeguard gone. You know, mom might be green to a certain shit in the streets or whatever in certain environments. Dad on point, so he know. You know what I'm saying? So that safety net that we would have had to keep from getting into certain shit that we got into coming up, it was gone. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, like certain shit, like, man, Jitterbug playing basketball, 6th grade playing basketball, you know what I'm saying? Dudes, they got their mamas and daddies in the game. My mama got to work. I know if my daddy was alive, he would have been here. He went. You know what I'm saying? Like, search that shit wore on you. That shit'll wear on you. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, man, I just can't vividly remember him. And not only just remember him, I also remember how people treated him, and I remember how they talked about him after he was gone. So it's just like the honor, the respect, the legacy, the shit that he did was remarkable. How many households he helped, how many people he helped put on their feet. Like, it's some niggas who we probably put on their feet back then, they still balling to this day. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's just like that impact. That's kind of like how you gauge somebody. It's how many lives you can change. You know what I'm saying? From the smallest way to the tallest way. How many lives you can change. So it's like I had to live with that shit as I got older. Like, people are see me and just like, damn, you look just like your fucking daddy. You know what I'm saying? I had to hear this shit every time I go certain places and shit. So I can't help but face it. You know what I'm saying? But I would hear how he was hustling and how he was getting down. You know what I'm saying? And the shit that he was doing. Certain shit I remember. Certain shit we remember. Mojo will tell you.
Just a quick story. Like,
remember, we probably like, I probably was like 9, 8 at the time. Joe was probably like 5, 6. He had just grabbed like a condo, a house and shit. He in the shower one day. But because when he used to come pick us up, we used to always just go places. Go to the mall, go out to eat, go visit family over here, go visit family over there, go to a theme park or some shit like that. But we at his house this particular time. You know what I'm saying? I'll never forget. For whatever reason, we stumble in his room. He in the shower. The fucking dresser is like moved.
Yeah, that's safe in the floor.
Had a safe in the floor with like a carpet cut, like, just say like a U, like a box U.
Like off the movies.
Yeah, it had a safe in the floor with the flap pulled back.
That door open.
The safe was open. Never forget, there was a dial on that bitch, like this big on the dial, and there was a bulldog on that motherfucker. Safe was open. Nigga walk up and look down that bitch. Racks. Like, all 100 racks. I can only imagine what was done. It's just on this side. On this side, units.
So he was a big, like a kingpin?
I mean, I went in the streets to know exactly where he stood up.
But you talking
Where he
about
measured at?
bricks.
Yeah, it was had a few of them joints. Yeah, true story. No fabrication for no interview, no none of that shit. Like, this is all facts, all factuals, brother.
And he's a product of the West Side too.
He from Dade City.
What's that?
Pasco.
That's Pasco County, Florida. That's close to Temple.
Oh, so this like over an hour away?
Yeah, about this probably like 45 minutes to an hour away. That's where he was from. But they migrated. My whole family
Migrated, yeah.
came to Orlando like probably like what it's like 83, 84, 83 or some shit like that. So yeah, he grew up in Beirut. Beirut is cross town, which is Carver Court. The projects in Carver Court. They knocked them down. You know what I'm saying? They grew up over there and shit. I just seen a picture of my grandma, which was his mom, and my auntie. This is my first time seeing a picture of her. Since I was 5 years old. She had passed away when I was 5. But they in the bricks in Carver Court and shit. That's what he came to it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that was a true story.
Man, as much as you comfortable with sharing, like, do you remember the day or what happened, what led to his passing?
He died in a car accident. Leaving the club. His homeboy had just came home from the feds. He did 8 years. His name was Eric. And the f***ed up part about that, bro, we never met none of his family or nothing. Like, I don't remember him. Cause needless to say,
You went
to school with his daughter? Yeah, see, his homeboy name was Eric. He was fresh out of the prison, had just did 8 years. He was a money getter too. Big dog. So my dad, as the story came to me as we get older, he took his dog out, show him a good time. Like his first weekend home. Took him to the club, they balled out, and they ain't make it home. They died in the car accident.
Hold on. So his friend got out of prison after serving 8 years.
Yep.
In the feds.
Yep.
He give him like a little welcome home out and then they die.
Die on the way, leaving the club.
What's the odds of that, man?
Die in the car accident. Die in the car accident. Yep. And I ain't never met his family or none of that shit. Like, I don't know if you know. Cause shit, at the same time, shit, I'm pretty sure he had kids. Like, damn. You know, so now we trauma bonding. You see what I'm saying? We trauma bonding.
I'm sorry to hear that, man.
Yeah, that was a wild situation, bro. 10 years old, bro. So it was just like certain, you know, just certain stains don't never wash off.
Man, 10 years old. You said you was like,
Joe
like
about
6.
8,
I was
7, 8. Yep.
He was 10.
Yeah, that shit was just one of them situations, bro. Nigga had to just relive that shit over and over and over and over and over and over. You know what I'm saying?
I don't want to dig, but was it multiple vehicles involved or it
Just one. I don't know, but I think it was just one. There wasn't no other cars on the scene and shit. It was just one. Hit a pole and split the car in half. Yep, both of them passed.
Both of them passed away.
Yeah.
So you mentioned that y'all would go spend time with him. So I guess your mom and your dad, they didn't stay together, or was it a two-parent household at first, or were they always like separated?
Not coming up.
I don't think they stayed. They didn't stay together, but even though it wasn't no two-parent household, it was a two-parent lifestyle.
They both was in y'all lives.
I don't look at it like a
That's a
two-parent
blessing,
household.
bro.
It was two parents with two households.
That's a blessing.
Because we stayed over there, we stayed with mom, but when we want to, we stay with dad. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, we was his only kids, two boys.
You hear a lot of women, they'll try to hold.
Oh, my mama 100. She went on none of that shit. My mama went on none of that shit. You know, she was 100. She understood his lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? So, all right, well, you know, they good. You know what I'm saying? She worked her ass off. Mom stood up in the paint. She handled her business. Like, that's the epitome of a strong black woman. A young, strong black woman at that, because my mama was young when she had me. You know what I'm saying? She stood on her square. She handled her business. I salute her for that. But she never kept us away from him, none of that shit. Whenever he wanted to come through, he come and scooping us up. Even if he went picking us up that day, he'll still just pull up. Dropping shit off, outfits and shoes and money for field trips and shit like that, all that. And then he was definitely present. He was a present entity in our life, for real. Like he wasn't no ghost daddy. He coming through. He come scoop us up. We might be gone with him for 4 days before he bring us back home. You know what I'm saying? Picking us up from school. We going out to eat, getting good grades on our report card and like that. They had a store just for feet by the Florida Mall with the basketball
With the
court.
basketball, I remember
What?
that.
That was shit.
I
That's
used
where
to
you
love
wanted.
going
That's where you wanted to go when you was a kid.
You
Yeah,
got the
hell yeah.
popcorn and
Yeah. We coming in that bitch and you know he get
took
the
it
East
back.
Bay. You remember the East Bay magazines
Come
with the
on, man.
sneakers?
All
The
of
kid, we getting the East Bay magazines. The Jordans come out, man. I want these. He tell you pick your shit out. You pick them out. We gonna go to Just for Feet and let me get a size. What you want? Get a size. We coming out that bitch with a couple of bags. You know what I'm saying? With some bags.
So y'all was the fresh kids in school coming up.
Yeah.
Yeah, when he
was around here, yeah.
Oh, it changed dramatically. I want to
not
ask
really dramatically though.
But
Not dramatic, cause she did her thing.
she did her thing too.
And we just ain't have it much.
We ain't have it like
You know
how
what
it was
I'm
when he was here.
But when he was here, there wasn't no limit to
Yeah.
this shit. My mom provided. Like,
Yeah, she
to
did.
the utmost.
Yeah, she did her shit.
It took for us to get older and want more shit and go and get it ourselves, but we ain't never really lacked nothing.
Nothing.
Niggas used to come eat at our house.
Niggas used to come eat at our house, stay the night at our house. Like, my dudes, the type, you know, we got friends over there playing. We kept Nintendos and Segas and Nintendo 64s, all that shit. Motherfucking mom, you know, she the type, she gonna come in there, see how many heads in there and feed everybody.
Yeah, goddamn right.
Hello? What's up? I'm doing this interview. I'm finna here to text you. Yeah, so she coming up, she feeding everybody. You know, moms was like that. They used to love coming to our house. Everybody, all the homies, because they know mom's gonna bring something outside. We on the porch, riding bikes or something. Everybody sitting on the porch, she coming in. See how many people out there, she coming outside with refreshments. Capri Sun, she passing them out, chips and slice of cake, all that shit. My mom was on that, so.
What does your moms do? Like professionally?
Man, she worked. I just know she worked like in the medical field. She worked at the hospital a lot.
So she never ventured off into the streets like your pops?
Hell nah. My mama green. She don't smoke, drink, nothing. She green. My mama green. She don't even use curse words. My mama green as hell.
I guess they just connected, huh?
Yeah.
You know, all the dope boys wanted good girls.
Yeah.
She was a good girl.
Damn, so was.
Man,
She ain't never get turned out, no none of that shit. She stuck to what she stuck to, and that's what the fuck it was.
Yep.
Shout out to y'all
Facts.
mom, man.
Yeah.
I do want to ask you about this, not to take a turn, but it's one song I heard you say that you wish that your mom had aborted you because you couldn't get the new J's. I guess this was after your pops passed away.
Yeah.
Like, talk about like just that time going through adjusting, you know, after losing him.
That shit was a reality check. You know what I'm saying? Just because like at that time period, I can't exactly like take you back to the exact time, you know what I'm saying? But just that's when depression go to setting in. Cause now it's like this when you need the most. You going into your adolescent years, you hitting your teens, like, you know, shit getting, you know, it's real. Like now your mind is maturing more, so you awakening to more shit. You know what I'm saying? Your surroundings like playing a bigger role and they having a greater effect on you. This the time when I needed him. And he went up. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, I can't really take you back to that exact day.
I know that line stood out to me though.
Yeah. And it's just like being young and depressed at that point. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure I had to be depressed when I said that. You know what I'm saying? Because this some shit you wear every day. Like, it ain't like it's just on and off. You wear this shit every day. So it was just like.
You said that's a stain that ain't gonna.
Yeah, some stains don't wipe off, bro.
Yeah. I do that. That stood out
That
to me.
shit turned me savage.
Yeah, he went straight savage mode. But I believe that drove me more into music. Because it offered me like a therapeutic release. You know what I'm saying? It offered me more of a therapeutic release. And the booth turned into a diary. The booth turned into a motherfucking diary. So it just like, that's why you got stories like like the shit that you heard. You got the keep scoping songs, and this is my first works, earliest works. You know what I'm saying? My first ever songs and shit. Like I always took that more of approach. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like it'd be better for me to rap if I'm making music and not lie about nothing. Cause one thing about it, when it's your real actual life, you ain't gotta worry about keeping up with no lines. This ain't no CB4 MC Gusto ass shit. You know what I'm saying? This is real life. You know what I'm saying? I feel like my shit noteworthy. You know what I'm saying? Just going back from then up until now, man, this shit Netflix worthy. It's some shit that I experienced that I probably never put in a rap. With me giving as much as I done gave, probably never put this shit in a rap. Some shit I gotta take I'm gonna take it with me. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it is. Like, but at the same time, like with me being who I am, I always felt like me taking the approach of being transparent. You know what I'm saying? I felt like that's probably what made me relatable to people. You know what I'm saying? And that's a blessing. When you can be an artist and you can be relatable to your audience, that's you in a good spot.
That's 100, man. So we took a brief intermission, man. So getting back to it, let's just get the viewers up to speed who may not be familiar with your campaign, man, and just the movement you've had over the years. Like I introduced you as a living legend when it comes to the Orlando rap scene, but
Fast.
like I said, product of the West Side. But just talk a little bit about like just West Orlando in particular and like the area you came up within that section.
West Orlando, man. West Orlando it's a special place, you know, for more reasons than one. Damn it, you know what I'm saying. But we came up, like we moved around
A lot.
a lot. Not saying like we weren't stable, cause we was always stable. We weren't never in harm's way, no shit like that. We always was wherever we was at, it was going. You know, we was good. But we moved, you know what I'm saying, a lot. So we didn't stay a little bit of area where. The majority of our time was spent like in where we really came to was like in the Richmond Heights area. We stayed on Raleigh Street, which was the epicenter. That shit was right in the middle of Richmond Heights, Carver Shores, Motown, Washington Shores, Ivy Lane. All that shit was, you could pick a rock up and throw that bitch in any direction and you would be in one of them neighborhoods. And then not only that, we went to school with everybody from around us, so we was right in the inner city, you know what I'm saying? 32811. So that was our neck of the woods. But even before that, like coming up, we stayed in Tangelo, that's a neighborhood. We stayed in Sand Lake, the PJs over there. Back, you know, it was apartments back then. Like, see, kids, as a kid, you kind of be oblivious to a lot of shit because one thing about it, man, shit, it was a bunch of kids over there. Everybody had bikes and scooters and shit. We would shoot marbles, go BB guns and sling shots, go run in the woods. That's the only thing that mattered as kids growing up, adolescent kids. You see what I'm saying? So we had a ball. Our childhood always been lit. You know what I'm saying? We kept bikes and shit wherever we went. You know what I'm saying? Sand Lake was like one of them. Tangelo, we stayed over there. We had like damn like similar memories and shit. Stayed on Rio Grande. But the majority of our time, where we kind of like came to it, was off Raleigh Street. That's like 2 lights out of Richmond Heights. 1 light out of Richmond Heights. But it's all in the same pot. 32811, you know what I'm saying? We was right there for real. And that's where a nigga kind of like grew up and came to himself at, you know what I'm saying? When I left Richmond Heights, Richmond Heights, I went across town. That was like a whole nother world. But it was accepting, not like just like off the dribble. Cause you could get rejected super duper easy over there. But in my case, like I went over there, I had already started making music a little bit. You know what I'm saying? That's when the Flood the Block shit was out. You know what I'm saying? So through the music, like niggas knew. You know what I'm saying? That's how I got over there with DGCU on some music shit. And that shit just turned into something else. And I ended up going over that bitch, getting stuck over there. I actually went to prison from over there. But at that time, like Cross Town was just way more live. Richmond Heights was live as too, but this was a different kind of live. All our partners, our cousins and shit, you know, we came up on King Cole, you know what I'm saying? A lot of homeboys and shit, Taliban, four-way type shit. You know what I'm saying? We really gave the hood an identity. As of late, you know what I'm saying? The whole hood got their identity from us and niggas like us and niggas that was with us. We gave the whole Richmond Heights our identity. But when I started fucking with my nigga DGCU, took me cross town. It was just a different world, which was, we was familiar with cross town because a lot of our older cousins, even my daddy, like Carver Court, Beirut, that's cross town. All my cousins on my daddy's side, older cousins, cross town. They went nowhere else but cross town. All my uncles, aunties, cross town. So we familiar with cross town, but I was the first one to venture out over there and end up going over that bitch, getting stuck over there. You know what I'm saying? But we stayed on the east side too. And high school, fucking with Mojo ass. We was going to Jones High. That's like the most historical black school in Orlando. I think Jones like 105 years old type shit. So, you know, Jones is like, that's where you want to be. You know what I'm saying? So I ended up going to Jones and shit. His 9th grade year was my 11th grade year. And we ended up getting into some shit. Well, it wasn't even me. It was him. You know what I'm saying? And it really wasn't him. It was through what one of his partners. They trying to bully one of his little partner and jump on his partner. So, you know, Joe, shit, he finna take the fade. Like, man, y'all got me fucked up. You know, I remember this shit playing out they in the lunchroom. I'm outside the lunchroom. Girl run over there and a girl stayed around the corner, Kendra. She said, your brother ended up in the fight. Ooh. I look up, it's the whole cross town. But cross town split in different crews and cliques. It's the whole cross town, you know what I'm saying? The snakes and shit. Yeah, snakes was notorious at that time. And look, ironically, like after that incident, you know what I'm saying? Like I ended up getting in cool and good with everybody. Mind you, not all of us went to school and shit together, but I ended up getting real cool with all them niggas, man. Fuck with them niggas and shit. But they called us into the office and shit, called my mama and shit, letting her know, like, listen, man, they not in trouble, but we just don't want them to be here. Y'all, you know, so we had to leave Jones that year. We had to go to the east side. We went to Colonia for like the second half of the semester, the second semester. Culture shock. It was different. A whole lot of Puerto Ricans and shit. Whole lot of Puerto Ricans. They were cool though. It was a few black people and shit.
The east side, they were slower than we were.
Way slower.
The west side boys.
The west side boys over there. Like, oh shit, they from the west side. We pulling up, we got whips. You know what I'm saying? We pulling up, we had jury and shit, cause this is where we come from. Even in high school, we had it. You know what I'm saying? Like back then, so.
The next tail chirp farm.
We chirping. Yeah, we giving it up. You know what I'm saying? Like, we on that type of time. So we ended up getting cool with a lot of niggas from the east side. We had some cousins and shit. Preston and Tatum, CJ and them, that stayed over there on the east side and shit. And they introduced us to the whole east side for a little bit. But after that 11th grade year, man, we went. My 11th grade year, my 12th grade, man, I'm going back to I can't deal with this shit. I got to go back to what I know. So we ended up going back over there. But cross town was really like, you know, shit was real. We really laid bones and shit in Richmond Heights. And cross town, nigga went over there and just kind of like, shit, I was participating in everything that was going on over there at that time.
Man, and you said, so you started music around 16, I mean, officially, like in the studio and all of that, to drop your project. So is Flood the Block, is that your first official mixtape?
I had a little mixtape called The Storm.
Well, prior to that? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Bitch was picking up steam too. Then Flood the Block came after that. We pick up steam. We put that shit and it just, that's why I say, like, even like back then, a nigga like, I always had good luck with music. You know what I'm saying? Music, me putting out little mixtapes and shit. I was getting booked for shows, you know what I'm saying? Even back then with KP Khalid's, like, he was my manager. On top of being my producer. You know what I'm saying? And we would bounce ideas off of each other. I send him an idea, he'll take it, tweak it, send it back. Y'all like this, change this. And we just made a real good team. Right. Real good brother. My nigga doing this thing right now. I got the colleagues, they global. That nigga, like, they just went platinum on some K-pop shit, Korean pop. Nigga worked with everybody. They got an album. He got an album out with Raheem Devon. I think he might have 2 albums out. And he done worked with a lot of people in the industry. T-Pain and Gucci, motherfucker. Bankroll Fresh, Freddie Gibbs, like Ross? Everybody. Huh?
Has he worked with Rick Ross?
Oh, no. He got an extensive catalog, though.
Yeah, okay.
I wouldn't doubt it. You know what I'm saying?
Y'all got the, is it the Dundada? Yeah. Cold.
Appreciate that, family.
But you said, so teenage year, it started taking off for you. So aside from that, were you still like in school? Did you graduate or did you drop out?
I ain't graduating. I should have because I was getting good grades. But at that time, when you ain't got no strong resistance, when the resistance from the street strong, and it wasn't even a nigga really went. I ain't gonna say a nigga wasn't doing nothing in the streets. But as I look back on it, hindsight is 2020. I should have just kept at it, the school shit. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, shit, you can't. What happened. So I didn't. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even get a chance to walk when I should have. Cause my grades I had good ass grades. I always been smart academically. You know what I'm saying? I ain't never been no dumb nigga. I was never slow, like never into that. Even as a youngin' coming up in school, a nigga was in advanced classes. Just from being smart, I always excel academically and shit. But you know, some of the decisions I made, you probably wouldn't have never been able to know that because it didn't reflect that type of atmosphere. But at the same time, it's just like, you know, shit, what's done is done. Yeah. But I ain't get a chance to walk. I should have, though. I ended up getting my shit in the joint.
Around what age did it start to go left for you when you weren't focusing
my
more?
12th grade, yeah, man.
So prior to that, everything was smooth?
For the most part, yeah.
But you were still already hustling and all of that?
Hell yeah, we always been hustling. Like,
because you said you had two. You was about to buy your second car at 16?
Mm-hmm.
And then you ended up stacking some more paper. So you was already making some money.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for shit, sure.
Mm-hmm.
But you got locked up.
I got locked up this was after high school and shit. But I ended up still getting my car. Still ended up getting my second car. I sold the first one type shit.
Oh, no, what I was going to say, though, I thought you were saying that's what caused you to not graduate, you getting locked up. So you just dropped out.
School just wasn't doing it for me no more.
You weren't interested.
Your mind just be elsewhere. And it's just like, man, I need me some motherfucking money. You know what I'm saying? And just start, you know, taking up the usual trade.
Around what age did you start that?
I say like 15, 16 was when I started, like, in that shit. You know what I'm saying? Because my cousin, we were close in age. Them niggas been, you know what I'm saying, trapping little weed and shit, trapping weed and getting money and shit like that. So we weren't no strangers to that shit at all, put it like that. We definitely weren't no strangers to it. But at the same time, it's like, moms pretty much had the crib laid. We ain't really had a gang of responsibilities. So if I can do my due, you know what I'm saying? Oh, not only that, shit, her husband, who she was married to, Mr. Jim, this where the entrepreneurial shit came in too, because at that time, like, he had his own business. So we would work with him, and I get money from working with him. We'll get money from working and shit. I take the money I make from him with him. I'm finna go. Hell yeah. So we kept money coming in. You know what I'm saying?
What was the business that your stepdad had?
A property maintenance business. He did everything. A nigga that got his hands dirty doing all kind of shit, painting, pressure washing, demolition, all kind of shit. He did everything, and he was successful. Like he was real successful in that shit. You know what I'm saying? So a nigga would move around and shit. A nigga kept shit to do to go make some money. But on top of me making money with him, I jump in my shit, go straight over there to the hood. Man, I'm finna shop, cause I know I can make more money. So I stayed hustling. I always use that shit to sponsor whatever it was that I was into. You know what I'm saying?
Man, I've heard certain people say they jumped straight into the dope game before the weed. Was it weed for you, or what was you hustling back then?
It was hard.
You jumped straight into the dope game.
I ain't have it when weed came in the fed head, yeah. Weed came through too. But where we was in our area, there was a lot of motherfuckers that smoked weed, but there was a lot of rockheads too. You know what I'm saying? So we was in the middle of Ivy Lane. We was Richmond Heights, Ivy Lane, Carver Shores, Washington Shores, Motown area. Like,
ain't nothing but J's.
Nothing but J's, like functional J's that work jobs and shit every day. So it's just like shit. It's right there.
Yeah, because that's a consistent theme. I don't want to keep going back to your earlier project.
Jumping into what you talking about?
I mean, you just real vocal about being a hustler.
Yeah, I ain't saying I wasn't no big meech.
No, I ain't.
No shit like that.
That's not the picture that you paint, but you let it be known that you always been about
nigga damn
money.
show ain't green. Hell yeah, nigga ain't green. You know what I'm saying? Hell yeah.
So straight to the dough game for you.
Yeah.
You caught on quickly, or did you experience like some type of resistance? Your
That's
father already had that past reputation that people kind of get in your ears like, man, you don't need to be doing this.
Ain't nobody get in my ear about nothing.
Yeah, nah.
Mama was at work. Mama was out. She was always gone. So ain't nobody getting my ear about shit. It's just like my older cousins was on some shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? They weren't telling me not to do it. I had one cousin. My cousin, I ain't even gonna lie. My cousin, Lil James, he in the feds right now. After my dad died, like he was strong as an ox. Like he took off. Like he was the shit where he was from. He was the man. He was that dude, that guy. You know what I'm saying? And we hit it off strong because when he was fresh out of prison, like 17 years old, 18 years old out of prison, him and his sister, they ended up staying with my dad. You know what I'm saying? So my dad would look after them while they was here. You know what I'm saying? Because they daddy and my daddy mama is brothers and sisters. So it's just like, you know, we had always had a close-knit family. So when they came from where our family from to Orlando, my dad looked out for them. So after my dad died, it was more so on some shit like, okay, we're gonna return the favor shit. We're gonna look out for y'all. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even gonna lie. I asked Cuz to put me down one time. I'm seeing how he coming. I'm like, this nigga is like, what? If I had him on my team, I'd shoot past all these niggas type shit. You know what I'm saying? But Cuz was kind of reluctant. He ain't want to do that. He was resistant. He was like, man, because I was letting him know I'm already, you know what I'm saying, woo type shit. You know, but shit, you know, with me, Cuz, but he ain't want to. He just took us shopping instead. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, cuz I don't really want to
do that.
Hell nah, but look, shit, just meet me over here in men's closet, my nigga. I'm talking about in jail. Racked us all up. Shit, okay, bet. Now I ain't got to worry about school clothes and shit,
I got
shoes and
kicked
shit.
out of school for a shirt he bought me.
For the snowman shirt or the shirt with the bricks on it? G up with the G unit brick on there.
They told me to take it off and go home. I just left. Fuck that, I'm going home.
But like out of like, other than that, it wasn't nobody like on some. Not saying that they was encouraging the shit. I ain't saying they was encouraging it now, but they damn sure when, you know. But like my older cousins, my guy cousins and shit, them niggas was on some shit like, cuz you might as well just at least stay around. You know what I'm saying? They like we ain't like signing off on none of the shit that y'all niggas doing, but shit, you know, come through with us.
Man, like,
you know
what you saying is like. It's booming in the different parts of the West Side. Like, did that create some type of confusion? Because, you know, you hustling in certain areas where other people already stamp it as they territory.
Hell nah. And all that. We had cars.
Oh, so y'all just mobile,
we had cars and phones.
I got you. So you weren't standing. You know how they portray it when you look.
Nah, like we had some cousins and shit that was getting down.
For sure, we were standing out there, but we were standing where we were supposed to be standing.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
We went like out of bounds, like
that's what I was getting to.
Yeah, like he then went on a whole nother,
another nigga, you know, these niggas turf type, you know, the numbers.
Yeah, back then.
Don't go back there. I'm 13 back there on the bicycle, running the cars and shit.
Facts. That's facts now.
Yeah.
So what led to you going to jail the first time? You said at 17?
I only went one time.
Was that related to you hustling?
Yeah. I only went one time. Shit, Trap House got raided. Yup. That was cross town. That was on Jackson Street.
You comfortable with?
Shout out Jackson Street. Love that boy. I love that block.
You talk about that in Sweetwater, don't you?
Yeah, Sweetwater, true story. That was actually after I came home from prison, but that's just the whole block got raided with Sweetwater. But when I went to prison, the spot got raided.
So 2 raids, both on the same street.
Yeah.
So that's like for people tuning in, not from Orlando, not familiar with that section, can you touch on Jackson Street?
Jackson Street, cross town. Even with cross town, like cross town it's damn near like a world of its own. Cause inside of cross town there's several different hoods. You got the top, you got West 50, you got Polk Street, you got you had like the Snake Pit, Conley and Anderson and the one way. You had Jackson Street was a part of that too. But crosstown even go to the dark side. The number streets, Cayley, Westmoreland, Pamo, all that shit is crosstown. Yeah. Crosstown is like, I say crosstown is OBT to like division from, would you consider like Nashville? That ain't crosstown. That's closer to Rio Grande. Nashville. So like from 29th to motherfucking, I don't know, Old Winter
I
Garden.
say from Michigan back that way is
Yeah, crosstown is just like, it's just a big
square. Like
rectangle. And that got different hoods in it. And where I was at, Gutter, my nigga DGCU brought me to, he was on Jackson Street getting money. And when I ended up going over there, cause I would just go over there just to hang. You know what I'm saying? At this time, you know, shit, the hood hadn't slowed up, this, that, and the third. But when I came over there, it was just a whole different world. It was a grown man game over there. You know what I'm saying? Pull up over there, and then not only that, I ain't gonna say at first they just accepted me with open arms, but they see I wasn't going nowhere. I wasn't no sucker. I wasn't soft. I wasn't scared. And not only that, at that time, a nigga where I came from, our name was already ranking. So I damn near fit right in. I brought like a different flavor to Crosstown, to Jackson Street. You know what I'm saying? And that for you, it was just like that little block was like a community, my nigga. Because everybody over there with each other, everybody over there stick together, everybody over there hustling, everybody over there scratch together. Like a nigga can't come from nowhere else over here talking about they finna come do something to DBZ on Jackson Street with all these hitters out this bitch. That's suicide mission. You see what I'm saying? A lot of my partners, bro, like, I ain't gonna lie, like, I got a soft spot for Jackson Street, bro. Like, that shit just, I could go and lay down in any trap over any spot over there, I can knock on the door and hit a couch. You know what I'm saying?
Still to this day.
I mean, back then, because back then to now, and I still fuck with the hood now. It just, it's a different set of people. But back then, like, man, that shit crazy because just seeing that shit, Sweetwater popped it off, the shit with Sweetwater, that's when Hot Dog got killed. I ended up going to prison from over there. When I went to prison, went up the road, kept that shit 1,000, came back home, oh, it was up. But conditions of my probation, I couldn't be over there. So I went over there like that. I was back in Richmond Heights, but I had started getting money, and now I'm moving mobile. Like, I always say when I was in prison, man, I'm gonna get out, finna go get me another set of wheels, I'm finna get my money up, I'm finna drop this new mixtape, I'm finna woo, doing shows, and now I'm moving around, I'm in traffic, like all that shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a whole nother set of chapters that came after me coming home from prison. But to take it back to like Jackson Street, man, love that place. Over time, it just started taking a lot of losses, bro. I can, from my nigga Hot Dog, the first person to get killed over there. And this ain't just a nigga on this street from the other side of the street, way down on the, no. This is the same 8-unit little apartment with some more 10-unit, like just right here. This was the block. This was the block. You know what I'm saying? We would come over there and see each other every fucking day. You know what I'm saying? Hot Dog got killed. He was the first one to get killed. My nigga Pip, God rest his soul, he got killed next. Dread got killed. Lil TJ, that was my little dog too. Lil TJ ended up going to prison. He supposedly, allegedly, you know what I'm saying? I went there, so I don't know, you know what I'm saying? But supposedly he was in prison for killing one of my other little homeboys. And I think Lil TJ ended up getting killed in prison. My nigga Cup passed away from over there. Big Cup was my dog. Toya, that was my girl. Good people, dog. I'm talking about just pure-hearted, good persons, dog. Toya passed. Grandma, Miss Mildred. It was religion, bro. That was my religious. It was a religious. Every day I pull up over there, I park across the street somewhere, and I walk. She sitting on the porch, I go and give her a kiss on the cheek. Grandma Mildred, like, bro, they'll cook, bring me food, like, you know what I'm saying? Because everybody was real close-knit over there. You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit, man. Just sitting back. Big Reggie, my nigga, God rest his soul. Damn, Big Reggie, dog.
You around like 10 people, I think.
Yeah, that's like 8, 9 right there. Okay. Big Reggie. My nigga Big Reggie, he passed. I think he had he didn't get killed. I think he had a blood clot or something like that.
This back to back to back to back?
Bro, back to back, bro. Like every year, 2 a year sometimes, like, bro, that shit just surreal, dog. You know what I'm saying? That's why I was like Jackson Street. That shit gonna always have I got a soft spot for that place.
Man, losing so many people like on a consistent basis.
In the same block, off the same block.
Not to mention like other areas you was tapped in with. Have you become numb to like death?
I mean,
In a sense.
in a sense, yeah, because it just was happening a lot. You know what I'm saying? As I'm sitting down giving you this interview, my birthday was Saturday. I just had to bury my uncle on my birthday. My daddy brother, you know what I'm saying? Like, shit crazy, bro. Like, you know, a lot of shit. A lot of shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? But like, yeah, rest in peace, Uncle Frank,
hear that, bro.
my nigga. But
On your birthday?
yeah, I buried him on my birthday. Had a funeral for him on my birthday. Yup. So it's just like, man, just stay prayed up and keep moving.
Yeah.
You know, just send it up to God and keep moving.
No, that's 100, bro.
Yep.
Well, as much as you want to touch on with that, so but both raids when you was a teenager as well as when you was an adult, you went to jail.
I was
prison.
like
Both on
19 or 20.
Yeah.
That was when I went. They hit the spot and brought me back to that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Had everybody out there. Long story short, they took me in.
Yeah.
I had violated my probation because I was on probation for something petty, like a driving or some shit like that there. But I was green to the law. I didn't really know much because I really wasn't getting in no trouble. That was like my first real charge. You know what I'm saying? It was a trafficking. You know what I'm saying? Took a nigga down and shit, I went in. Shit, I came home like 16 months later? I did like 16 months.
Did they catch you with anything? No?
It was like a constructive possession. As me being in that bitch, I would hit the law library. Cause I was fucked up, you know what I'm saying? The money I did have that was out there, that shit was tied up and gone. So it's just like I can't get no lawyer. Shit was fucked up at that time for a lot of people. So just scrap your boots on and ride out, you know?
Damn.
So yeah, the plea was, I guess, it was gonna be like 3 years, but they ended up busting it in half. But I ended up doing like total like 16 in and like 18 out. So it was like 34 months instead of like 36 months.
Damn, man. Like at that age, the first time getting locked up, like to do it like an actual bid, what was that experience like for you? Is it segregated inside?
I mean, mind you not, like at that time, like my name was already ringing with the music shit, but it was ringing for other shit too, just because of where I was originally from. Richmond Heights, King Cole. It was a certain crew from that area that was notorious at that time. It's a lot that went into that, like a lot of bullshit that went into that. But at that point, you know what I'm saying? My name was already ringing, so when I got in that shit, a nigga ain't had no kind of problems. It was just like, it was really an eye-opener. Cause they put a nigga in the main jail, like in the main, that's like the worst part of the jail and that shit. And so a nigga in that bitch, I ain't had no problems. You know what I'm saying? My commissary sat with fat. I did what I wanted to do. I would just play the radio, listen to music, write music. So it was other young niggas in there with me too, homeboys that you just, like I say, you trauma bonding. I'm fighting this shit, they fighting they shit, you know what I'm saying? And we see each other every day, you know what I'm saying? So a nigga just got cool with niggas, bro, and just started forging relationships and friendships with guys, you know what I'm saying? So it was all hunky-dory, happy-go-lucky until niggas started catching time in that bitch, you know what I'm saying? Like, remember the first nigga I seen catch time, Maurice McDaniels, I believe. Maurice McDaniels. Bro caught 45 years. I'm like, damn, bro, this shit real. You know,
He was a youngster too? Like,
Maurice was probably like 4 years older than us, 5 years older than us. But these niggas some niggas had been in there next to each other in the same cells for 2 years type shit. Young niggas, my little nigga Juvie. Juvie caught, how long Juvie caught? Like a dub, you know what I'm saying? Supposedly, allegedly robbing a bank. I say all them boys was innocent. Ain't nobody do nothing. You know what I'm saying? But niggas just started catching real time. My boy, who I got cool with, that's the first nigga I seen catch a life sentence. Dollar. Yup, Lil Dollar from Enville. The first nigga I ever seen catch a life sentence. He slept like 4 doors down from me. You know what I'm saying? Seeing niggas going to trial and shit for murder. Cause it was a few niggas in the dorm with us that, you know, was in there for them hats. You know what I'm saying? Niggas going to trial and, yeah, bro, I gotta gotta go to deposition and jury selection. I'm hearing this shit, you know what I'm saying? My dog's like, bro, you get out, bro, just push with the music, brother. You don't need to be in this motherfucker right here, nigga, in that fight for their life.
Man, when you like jail and prison, when you around people who receiving like them football numbers, was it ever somebody you knew you was locked in with that ended up like taking their own life because they couldn't deal with it?
Nah, hell nah.
You know how you hear about that, like people commit suicide while they locked up because they can't deal with it?
Them boys getting up, that bitch going, they turning up.
Turning up.
Them boys get up, that bitch turning up. All the niggas that I know, because I got little partners, I got some partners in there right now with football numbers, 50 years, 60 years, life sentences. Man, them niggas up that bitch hanging. Not saying that they just making the best out of their situations, because at the end of the day, until God swing that door, can't go nowhere. You know what I'm saying? Niggas just up that bitch, and once you flat-footed, when I say flat-footed, that's the nigga who walk the ground. Niggas flat-footed gonna get out there and walk their yard, gonna walk that track, and niggas find the lane and they stick with it. Niggas sending money home. You know what I'm saying? Niggas buying their mama's cars and shit like that. Niggas, it's some niggas out there doing their things. You know what I'm saying? They just ain't allow their situation to trump them. See what I'm saying? Some niggas gonna find the light in any situation. I don't give a fuck how dark it is outside. I'm gonna keep going till I find the light. It might be a little bit of light, but I'm gonna find it. You know what I'm saying? And that's I believe that's the That's that spirit, that go-getter. You know what I'm saying? Niggas ain't taking no for answers. I know niggas right now. I got a homeboy right now. I got a couple of, matter of fact, I can name 5 niggas I know for a fact who then went up that bitch with jersey numbers and then came home early and ain't have to tell on nobody.
On
Niggas,
pills or something?
Pills, getting resentenced. I was in prison with my uncle. My uncle Derek, swear to God, I was in prison. I was in Madison CI. I'm up that bitch. You know what I'm saying? A few niggas I was up there with, you know what I'm saying? Some couple of young niggas and shit. I'm walking the track and I'm spotting this nigga every day. Like, I'm looking at this nigga like, damn, this nigga look like my motherfucking uncle, man. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't really, you know, up there, it's kind of like you stay to yourself. You know what I'm saying? This is a nigga first rodeo, so I'm hearing all the stories and shit. But for the most part, it was just laid back cool on some whatever type shit. You know, niggas just tend to themselves. It get live now, but, you know. But I'm like, man, I'm finna go see, because every day I'm watching this nigga, I'm like, damn, that got to be I walk over that bitch, dog. I'm just finna walk over there one day. You know what I'm saying? I'm finna go leave out the rec yard this way today, just to get a good glimpse at him, my nigga. And I'm walking. I'm looking. I'm like, damn, that's that is I'm like, Uncle Derek. That nigga took his shades off. You know what I'm saying? He real big cocky nigga, mouth full of gold, got a little afro, got his hat on. You know, he a 3-4 time loser. This shit ain't nothing to him. That nigga took his shades off. And nigga say, nephew? I'm like, what's up? Nigga like, man, what the fuck you doing in here? That was the first thing he said to me. What the fuck you doing in here? So after I went on and made that connection with, I'm real chill, I'm laid back even more. But at the same time, I went in and everybody that I was around, they fucked with me. All the niggas in the dorm was fucking with a nigga and shit. So it was just more like an experience. I even had an OG in that bitch. Mickey took me up on this wing, old Jamaican. Ran with the shower posse back in the days. You know what I'm saying?
You serious, right?
Swear to God, bro. Old Jamaican. Used to run with the showers.
I'm familiar with the shower.
Real talk. Like, and he would give me books to read. You know what I'm saying? My first time reading Rich Dad, Poor Dad came from him. 48 Laws of Power came from him. Like, he would just, you know, just brief a nigga, coach a nigga up on shit. You know what I'm saying? Just like prepping me for the outside world. You know what I'm saying?
So it wasn't no manipulation. You wasn't.
Hell nah, niggas went
send off missions and they trying to get you to put.
Cause I went green.
But I hear about that too.
I wasn't no green ass nigga. Niggas knew, like, you know what I'm saying? And up there,
know who to try.
Niggas know who, you know what I'm saying? Like, niggas know. Not saying some niggas win, but I didn't get tried that way. Like, I wasn't no green ass nigga. Like, I was already streetwise before I even came up there. So I would conduct myself in a certain manner that the energy would be reciprocated. You know what I'm saying? I would know who I can get next to and who, man, I'm gonna stay away from that nigga type shit. But just so happened, all the niggas in my dorm was just chill as fuck, laid back. You know what I'm saying?
God forbid somebody watching this has to go through being incarcerated, but hypothetically speaking, like, what's like 2 or 3 do's or don'ts you would tell them just to drop some game on them, dog?
Man. And just to clarify this, a nigga ain't glorifying that shit at all. You know what I'm saying? They ain't that cool about that shit. You know what I'm saying? Cause then when I left, I had little babies. So some of the times, like, even though it might not be but a year and a half, like, that year and a half was vital. you know what I'm saying, first steps type shit, just the first bicycles, like little shit like that. Like that ain't nothing to glorify, dog. Don't never go to that motherfucker if you ain't got to. But on some do's and don'ts shit, I mean, just to be for real, just stay to yourself. You know what I'm saying? Don't get in the mix with niggas. Stay out of niggas' way. Don't be, you know what I'm saying? Stay off drugs. Like, leave all that shit alone. But if the way that you live, like your lifestyle, you'll be more receptive to the shit that you familiar with and you used to. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, like, it's a difference between in the gate and out the gate. You know what I'm saying? It's a difference. It's a different type of lifestyle. So when just me giving somebody advice from when I was there, you know what I'm saying? Stay to yourself. You got to utilize them times. Like I utilized that time to sharpen my skills up. My best friend in that motherfucker was the radio. Cause it was a radio station up there from Valdosta radio station, because I was like damn near close to, I was in region 3, like I guess close to the Panhandle, but it was North Florida. So we had a Valdosta radio station. They used to play them slaps on that motherfucker. All the new shit that was coming out there, playing, I'm hearing this shit. Mind you not, I'm in tune with the music. It's some niggas up here who knew who I was when I got there because they was getting the Ozone magazines in there. So they was familiar, you know what I'm saying? My boy J Ball from Manatee County. Dee Boi, what the fuck you doing in here? Just putting a nigga up on the nigga music. The Flood the Block tape, you know what I'm saying? Got cool with him. Couple of more niggas and shit, you know what I'm saying? So my best friend and that bitch was the radio. Just stay to yourself and just, you know, do you do until they swing the door for you, you know? But I utilize that time to get better.
Did you get into the gambling?
I mean, football pools, but it wasn't in like,
I hear that can be dangerous.
I mean, of course, because you dealing with, you gotta understand that your surroundings.
You gotta pay a nigga.
If you owe a nigga, pay him.
Or a nigga pay a nigga.
But the way that it was ran up there, you gotta pay for your ticket up front. So
okay.
It ain't no IOUs, you know what I'm saying? You pay for your ticket up front. I would just do that. I really wasn't even into sports. I would just kind of like do that to pass the time. I learned how to play dominoes, fucking with the Jamaicans, the dreads up there and shit. It was some cool people. It was definitely an experience.
You made the most out of it, though.
Yeah, it was definitely an experience.
Did that create a divide, or have you rekindled the bond that you missed out on with your children while you was locked up?
Hell yeah, because I came home straight to them.
Talk about like just that transition from being locked up, being away. You got a music career that's on the rise. You got a personal life.
It just make you feel like you
getting back out though, you know.
Like damn, I'm fucking up.
Readjusting.
Like I'm fucking up. You know what I'm saying? Like you never really see. Like, and this is something I heard Jay-Z say one time, dog, and I held on to this. He said the best way to see something is to not look at it. You know what I'm saying? You ain't out there to see this shit. So it's like, you can only sideline watch. You know what I'm saying? Because before I even got up, like right before I got up, I used to go to the radio station with DJ Pro Style down here. Forgot, was it 95.3 or something like that? DJ Pro Style, big DJ. He was in New York for a while doing this shit.
Damn, DJ, yeah.
Pro Style used to fuck with me. Shout out my nigga Garfield, you know what I'm saying? My nigga, All Pro, that was All Pro boys. They had a big movement down here, but Pro Style wanted to sign me to their scenario, to their situation. She would call me to the radio station. They would play my shit on the radio. Even when I was locked up in the county, they used to play my shit on the radio then. Anytime I went to the county, I always heard my music on the radio.
I'm surprised you didn't say you
heard our shit on the radio.
You weren't battling nobody while you was up to 6.
Yeah, man, they knew what it was. Niggas that jumped out there, but they seen that he ain't to be played with. I'm a fool with them words, you know what I'm saying? But that's just go back to just making the best out of whatever the situation, whatever life throw at a nigga. You feel what I'm saying? Cause niggas was in that wanted to rap. It was some niggas in there couldn't rap a sandwich. But at the same time, I let niggas hang out, bro. Do what you do, cause at the end of the day, it's making our time go by, and it's just like I'm cool with that. But yeah, niggas wanted to battle and shit, cause at the same, like they would hear me. They was used to hearing my music. You know what I'm saying? I was being in the joint every time I done went and hit the county. If I had to do a scratch, I always heard my shit on the radio every time. Every time.
They gotta put some type of motivation or a battery in your back, like once you get out, you know.
They do, but at that point, like hearing your shit on the radio and not knowing when you finna come home, like that shit is just like, man.